Now, as you say, it seems as though a big part of why women are more successful in the new economy is what you call a traditionally feminine set of traits, social skills, caretaking, cooperative behavior. You write that traditionally feminine attributes like empathy, patience, communal problem solving replaced the top-down autocratic model of leadership and success. But are gender roles so fixed? I mean, elsewhere in the book you look at claims by evolutionary psychologists that we're all hardwired to play fixed societal roles, and you insist that things are not so rigid.
Yes, I think I take the things are not so rigid role. I feel like we're in a transition moment now, so it's not so much empathy and nurturing that's valued in the economy when we talk about leadership skills, but things like collaboration. I mean, there's still slightly different ways that women make decisions. They're not necessarily nicer about making decisions, but they are certain things that they do consistently, like take others' views into account, and they tend to be a little bit more cautious. So this is a long continuum. I'm not of the view that there are fixed traits. It would be much easier if I had argued my book that way, and if I believed that, because then I could say there are certain feminine traits and the female mind works this way, and that's what the economy wants. But I think after reading much of the literature on this, I don't believe we have enough information to conclude that. I think there's a broader continuum than we think, and women have moved far along the continuum in terms of aggression, dominance, while still retaining some of the other qualities like empathy and collaboration, whereas men are a little more rigid on that continuum, at least in this moment. They haven't been allowed to, for cultural reasons and maybe some neurological reasons, to move quite as far as women. And so I agree with you. That's why I put my chapter on violence in there, in order to scramble the picture a little bit, to show you that, we've long thought, oh, men dominate because they're aggressive and they're dominant, but we can see how far women have moved on that aggressive and dominant scale lately.
So you're saying that when women run the world, we shouldn't assume that that world will be more gentle and nurturing and compassionate.
I don't think so. I mean, I do believe it might be more collaborative. There might be a different way of making decisions, and it might be slightly less risk-taking, if that's how we want to define aggression. So I feel those traits are fairly consistent among women. It may change 100 years from now, but I think it'll take a long time. But I do not think the world will necessarily be nicer or more gentle. I don't think that's necessarily true.